The Whispering Festival. A sudden gust of wind howled through the ancient oak trees that bordered the village of Eldermere, rustling the golden leaves like a whispered warning. Beneath their shifting canopy, a group of young villagers gathered in the town square, their eyes burning with determination. They had grown weary of the mundane traditions that had long governed their home, yearning to breathe new life into the village's annual festival. But Eldermere was no ordinary place, and its past held secrets that had long been buried beneath the cobblestone streets. Amelia, a headstrong young woman with a wild heart and a thirst for adventure, stood at the center of the assembly. "This year, the festival must be different," she declared, her voice carrying the weight of both ambition and defiance. "We need something more than just a celebration. We need a legend that will be remembered for generations." The elders of Eldermere, who had lived long enough to witness the passage of time in its truest form, listened in silence. Among them was old Marrow, a keeper of tales, whose wrinkled hands trembled as he leaned on his gnarled cane. His pale blue eyes, like twin mirrors of the moon, regarded Amelia with an intensity that sent a shiver through her spine. "They're stories, child, that should not be stirred," Marrow murmured. "The festival you wish to transform was built upon the bones of forgotten spirits. We honor them in silence, lest they wake." The younger villagers exchanged glances, half in amusement, half in unease. But Amelia did not falter. "Then let us honor them differently," she insisted. "Let us embrace the past while forging a new future." Reluctantly, the elders agreed, and preparations for the grandest festival Eldermere had ever seen began. Lanterns of gold and crimson were strung from every rooftop, casting a warm glow against the encroaching twilight. The scent of spiced cider and roasted chestnuts filled the air as artisans and performers from neighboring villages arrived to add their own magic to the event. Music, laughter, and an unshakable sense of anticipation permeated the very fabric of the village. But as the festival's eve approached, strange occurrences unsettled the peace. The old bell at the village chapel tolled at odd hours, though no one was there to ring it. Shadows stretched unnaturally long in the flickering lantern light, twisting and curling like unseen fingers reaching for something just beyond sight. And then there were the whispers, faint, indecipherable, but always present, drifting through the air like mist at dawn. Amelia refused to be deterred. "Fear thrives where curiosity is denied," she told herself, venturing into the archives of Eldermere's past. Beneath the chapel, in a crypt long sealed by dust and time, she discovered the truth, an ancient pact made centuries ago. The festival had not merely been a celebration. It had been an offering. Long ago, the village had been cursed by a forgotten entity, an enigmatic force that dwelled within the old forest. To ensure peace, the villagers had agreed to honor the being each year with a quiet, respectful festival, appeasing its presence with simple offerings and silent reverence. By transforming the event into a grand spectacle, they had unknowingly broken their unspoken contract. A sudden chill clawed at Amelia's spine as she turned to leave the crypt, but she was no longer alone. A figure, barely discernible in the dim candlelight, stood at the threshold. Its form was cloaked in shadow, its eyes gleaming like embers in the dark. "You have called me forth," the voice murmured, neither male nor female, yet carrying the weight of forgotten ages. "You seek to rewrite history, but history does not yield so easily." Amelia's breath caught in her throat. She had always sought adventure, but she had never expected to stand face to face with the unknown. Summoning her courage, she lifted her chin. "If we have wronged you, let us right it. We meant no disrespect." The entity regarded her in silence before extending a hand, long and pale as moonlight. "A choice, then. A sacrifice must be made to restore the balance. One life, freely given, or the festival shall mark the beginning of an unending night." Amelia hesitated. The weight of the entire village now rested on her shoulders. But before she could respond, another voice broke the silence. "Take me instead." It was old Marrow. He stepped forward with steady resolve, his frail body defying its age. "I have lived many years and have seen many suns rise. Let the young live. Let the village thrive." The entity observed him for a long moment before nodding. "So be it." With a final whisper that curled through the air like smoke, both Marrow and the figure faded into the night. The air was still, heavy with the weight of an unspoken farewell. The festival continued, though subdued in spirit. Amelia, forever changed by the encounter, ensured that the traditions were never forgotten. Eldermere would always celebrate with reverence, blending the old with the new, honoring both the living and the lost. And as the lanterns flickered in the autumn breeze, some swore they could still hear the whispers, soft, lingering, and strangely content.